What it is, folks, your homeboy First back again with another episode of The Realest, most entertaining sports show in the game. Put it on something. I'm solo dolo for the promo right now, but you will see my brother Tim G. Jacob later on in the program. So make sure y'all watch all segments of Put It On Something. Okay? Hit that subscribe button and put all your people on it. Okay. This segment right here is one of the reasons why many of y'all fuck with me. You came to the right place. Okay. Uh Given the current news that the United States Supreme Court has ruled that race can no longer be considered as a factor in college admissions, basically getting rid of affirmative action in college admissions. A lot of people have been talking about how that is going to affect uh, black people, Latinos, uh, how it may affect HBCUs. Some people have been speculating that HBCUs will see an increase in enrollment. Okay, but I want to look at something else. Okay, I want to ask: will affirmative action stop in college sports as well? Hmm? What you talking about, Ferg? This is what I'm talking about. Let's keep it 100. Y'all know this is what I do here. This is the realest. You ain't gonna hear nobody else talking about this shit. See, with the whole affirmative action thing, uh, in the 60s and 70s, that popped off to try to uh, remedy, try to make up for past discrimination against black people, uh, Latinos, but also white women in education and in jobs. Okay. These are groups that are historically discriminated against when it comes to these things. Okay. So basically, it led to, in some situations, you may have a white male or maybe even an Asian male or something like that who has some gaudy ACT score or some shit like that. Uh, who might not get accepted somewhere, or not. Let's not say gaudy score, but let's say their score might be better. Okay, I'm from the South, so we take the ACT down here mainly. I know around the country the SAT is a big thing for y'all, but down here at least where I'm from in Mississippi, you take the ACT for free and you gooch. All right, so let's say you got a white male from some affluent neighborhood. Let's say he's from Madison, Mississippi. You know what I'm talking about? Got a little money in Madison, Mississippi. All right. And let's say this man got like a 29 on his ACT, 3.9 GPA, whatever. He went to Madison Central High School. All right. Versus a kid who went to Canton High School, my hometown, not affluent. Okay. Let's say this kid was a good student, you know what I'm talking about? He got a 3.5. And let's say he got a 20 on his ACT. You know what I'm talking about? Which is good. Which is good. Let's say he gets into this particular college over this other kid because this college is trying to get, they got enough white males. Like, look, you good, but you're not as good as these other white males. Your scores are better than this young black kid, but we already got enough white males, so we're gonna go ahead and take the black kid. Okay. That's the type of shit that had some people pissed off. Okay. And especially conservatives. Okay. And that's what led to this ruling because you have a 6-3 conservative majority on the Supreme Court right now. All right. So basically, you see a situation where, in terms of their perspective, where some folks were getting into college who had lower scores than more deserving students in their mind. Okay. This is their thought now. Roll with me. When it comes to the athletes, though, A lot of these boys you be seeing going to Alabama, Georgia, Clemson. Okay. Where I'm from here in Mississippi, Mississippi State, Ole Miss, Southern Miss. Going over there to Louisiana, LSU. Going over there to Texas, Texas A&M. Go to Oklahoma. Going on out there to the West Coast. Go to USC. Go to Cal. Go to Stanford. Go. You name one. You see a lot of times these schools find a way to get these athletes in there. A lot of times these motherfuckers ain't got no scores. They ain't got the scores. They ain't got the ACT scores. They ain't got the grades. They ain't got shit. And state like mine got these state tests and shit like that. They can't pass the state test. They find a way. Find a way. Why? Why they do it? They sell it to the parents as they do it because, they're trying to help these kids. We don't want to see this kid go by the wayside. We're going to use our resources to help this kid. I told you, we're going to take care of your son, ma'am. That ain't why they doing that shit. They doing it because they view that athlete. They view that 5-star, 4-star athlete as a commodity. They view that 5-star, 4-star athlete as a potential worker who can make them many, in some instances, depending on how cold this motherfucker is, could make them millions of dollars. Could make them millions of dollars. Particularly, I'm talking about it in basketball and football, your revenue producing sports. You get the right stud athlete, that motherfucker could be the difference between you being in one of the being in the Cheez-It Bowl or the goddamn Sugar Bowl. Okay? Big difference in dollars. You get the right stud athlete to come play for you, that motherfucker be the difference between you being in the NIT and being in March Madness somewhere. Big difference. Because what do these stud athletes do? What do? They not only generate dollars for you from ticket sales and jersey sales and nachos and hot dogs and all that goddamn shit at the games. They not only generate money from you for that. They not only generate money from the TV deals. They not only generate money for that. These kids, these 5-star and 4-star kids who go to these schools and play on these teams, they are the number one marketers for the school. They are the number one billboards for the school. I'm talking from an academic standpoint. They are the ones who put asses in seats. They're the ones that attract the chemistry majors and the polymer science majors and the English majors. You got kids who just want to come to the school to be a part of the party that surrounds a Saturday on the Alabama campus. They want to, they don't play no ball, but they've seen that shit all throughout their lives and they want to be a part of that. So Bama get that tuition money because of Bryce Young. And I'm not saying Bryce Young is a kid that didn't have grades. Okay, I'm not saying that. But y'all know, those of y'all that have been to college, okay, y'all know there's a lot of these fucking players that be on these teams that ain't they say student athlete. Y'all know good and hell well the motherfuckers don't be there for nothing student related. Yeah, y'all seen, if you ever seen Kings of Comedy, okay, with Steve Harvey and Sid the Entertainer and D.L. Hughley and the late great Bernie Mac, that Steve Harvey had this little moment with a dude in the audience He had his coat and he asked, I think dude name was Boogie or something like that. And he asked Boogie, what he did for a living or something like that. He said he was in school. He was in computer school. And Steve Harvey had to tell him that Boogie. Nothing about you says computer or school. Y'all know some athletes like that. That nothing about them said student. Everything said athlete. And so you wonder, how'd they get here? How in the hell is this motherfucker in the same class with me? Oh, because them folks fixed them grade. Because they did what they had to do to get that motherfucker in school. That's affirmative action. That's worse than affirmative action. That's cheating. That's cheating. But they do it. They do it. Someone, is that shit gonna stop too? Is the Supreme Court gonna rule on that shit? Are we gonna get some stricter enforcement on that shit? I doubt it. Why? Because they make money for these fucking schools. They don't give a fuck about that. They don't give a fuck about it. Where's your lawsuit about that? Bring out the lawsuit about that. One of these little white running backs at one of these academies somewhere probably had dreams of playing for Bama, or dreams their whole life of playing for Clemson or Georgia. You know what I'm talking about? Because their granddaddy was there. You know what I'm talking about? A great-grandfather was there when it was segregated. You know what I'm talking about? Their great-grandfather even played running back and wide receiver and all that kind of shit. Like Archie Manning, and played quarterback at Ole Miss during an all-white era. You know what I'm talking about? So they're going all the way back there. And they had dreams of playing, but now they can't play because all the black boys got they don't even look at them in recruiting. You know what I'm talking about? Because they just assume that because they're white, they can't play. You know what I'm talking about? And they might have a better ACT score. And this kid from the gutter, from the hood, who ain't got nothing but his mama and his grandmama, you know what I'm talking about? His shit, his grades all fucked up. But that motherfucker run off 4.3 and that motherfucker throwing the bench press. And he's squatting 600 pounds. And you know what I'm talking about? And they do what they got to do. Nick Saban do what he got to do for him. Kirby Smart do what he got to do to get that motherfucker up in there. Why? Because that some bitch gonna make them some money. What your lawsuit about that? File the lawsuit and watch they shoot that shit down. Watch they shoot that shit down. Why? Because it's bad for their business. When they hear this motherfucking shit, it's all hypocrisy. You see, they kept that legacy shit alive. If we not supposed to be taking shit into account, if it's strictly supposed to be a meritocracy, I'm cool with that. That's my whole thing. Let America just be on the merits. But that ain't what you're doing. That ain't what you're doing. You don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. You don't want a fair fight. These motherfuckers they had from 1619 to 1970 and just undoubtedly had this shit fixed in their favor. And then still been cheating ever since. Still been cheating ever since. But then want to get in their feelings about shit. They the ones being treated wrong. But when it's advantageous for them, we ain't got no problem with it. Stop changing the grade for these kids. But you ain't gonna do that. You ain't gonna do that. Why? Because you need the motherfucker to make you some money. You got people taking the ACT for some of these athletes. Why? Because you need them to come make you some money. When they get to your schools, you got tutors doing their work for them. Why? Because you need them to come make you some money. Don't tell me about this shit. Don't try to act like you motherfuckers just care about the system being race neutral or colorblind. Oh my God, that colorblind shit. No, you don't. No, you don't. Because if you did, you wouldn't be doing that then. You wouldn't be cheating for these motherfuckers who don't have the grades to come play ball for you. They don't have the grades to come play ball for you. Go get one of these Asian cats to come play linebacker for you. Maybe they can get done. I'm not saying that Asian people can't play ball. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying y'all sure think that we can. And you're willing to do whatever the fuck you got to do to get us on that campus to let us do it. Stop it then. Stop it. Motherfuckers. Clearly, y'all don't want us in these institutions anyway. Clearly. And I'm saying that as somebody that graduated from a PWI in undergrad. I did. I did. And I whooped everybody's ass in that motherfucker. Whooped everybody's ass. I graduated with highest honors. Don't play with me. Don't play with me. You feel me? That shit right there, that's highest honors. Don't play with me. So I whooped everybody's ass. Black, white, Latino, Asian, everybody got their work. You feel me? Don't judge me by how you hear me talk on here and judge my intellect by that. Don't do that. I speak in my native tongue when I'm on my show. Okay. You know what I'm talking about? I tell folks all the time, I'm fluent in street English, standard English, and I speak a little Spanish. Un poco. Okay. So I speak street English when I'm on here. But don't get it twisted. I'm fucking brilliant. So I whooped everybody's ass. Affirmative action or not, I ain't need no goddamn affirmative action. But even with this, you motherfuckers took with the test score. I had a 23 on my ACT. I ain't no 29, 30, 36, nothing like that. I had 23. I'm sure some of the people I was in class with, I majored in psychology. I'm sure some of the people I was in class with in college had higher ACT scores than me. They got their ass whooped. A lot of these tests are ethnocentric and shit like this. A lot of these tests don't reflect this the place I come from. But when you put me in there and you're telling us what to study, and this shit is based on your intelligence and your creativity and your work ethic, whoop everybody ass in. So just make it a meritocracy and quit cheating. Quit cheating for these players then. If this what y'all want. If this what y'all want. Go get Cuz. They got the goddamn 28 on the ACT. You got the 4.0. You ain't got to have a tutor for him. You ain't never got to worry about him skipping class. You got to worry about none of that shit because he got everything you want. You know what I'm talking about? But he run a 4.7. Okay? And he can't bench 225, nothing but like 5 times. And he ain't squatting nothing but like 300. Don't get him. Quit cheating for him. And we're going to stop this shit, stop it across the board. But you ain't going to do that. Because at the end of the day, you're strictly about this money. Put it on something.
Thank you so much for watching my daddy's YouTube channel. Make sure you like, share, and turn on your post notifications. Okay, how do I do it?